Let's now work a few sample problems in which we classify chemical reactions. Looking at the first one, the reaction of ammonia and oxygen, let's see what we've got. Well, the first thing I'm going to look at is what I don't got, which is I don't see any metal, non-metal ionic species. Ionic species are typically, as we know, a non-metal plus a metal. I don't see any of that. And so there's no way I can have a double displacement of precipitation or an acid-base reaction. Well, hopefully a redox comes into play, and indeed I spot something right away, a reaction with oxygen with some chemical species to produce an oxide. I have a combustion reaction. Do I have a combination? No, I have two things going to two things, so I don't have a combination or synthesis, and likewise I don't have a decomposition. So if I have a combustion, I must also have a redox. So my answer is I have a redox reaction and I have a combustion reaction. The second problem involving barium chloride and sodium sulfate. Indeed, I can see the metal, non-metal species in each of those reactants. I'm pretty sure I have an ionic reaction, but let's see. Yes, barium and sulfate and sodium and chloride. I see that double displacement with each of those, so I do have a double displacement. It's an ionic reaction. Do I have a precipitate? If I look on my solubility table, I will see that indeed barium sulfide precipitates, so I also have a precipitation reaction. Is it an acid base? No. Remember, an acid base is one in which a hydrogen ion, a proton, or a hydroxide ion is transferred, and I see none of those in this reaction. Therefore, my answer is I have a double displacement and I have a precipitation reaction. And finally, the bottom reaction with aluminum and chloride. What does that reaction look like in terms of classification? I don't see anything that resembles an ionic compound as a reactant. I'm pretty sure I don't have anything on the ionic species. Well, one thing I notice is I have two things going to one. I know I have a combination. If you have a combination, you logically cannot have a decomposition at the same time. I don't see a combustion. I'm not reacting with oxygen. I don't see the oxide of anything forming. Therefore, what I have here is a redox reaction, and I have a combination or synthesis reaction. So it's a pretty simple matter to classify chemical reactions, so long as you use a structured approach. And what I highly recommend is that you initially break your reaction, classify it into one of two general blocks, ionic or redox, and then work from there.